Have you ever wondered how to effortlessly create sparks with any girl you meet? You're probably tired of feeling like you're stuck in a rut, struggling to connect with someone you're really interested in. I totally get it. We've all been there. But today, I'm excited to share with you 5 powerful tips that will help you create sparks with any girl you want. These aren't just some generic tips. They're actionable, they're practical, and they're going to make a huge difference in how you approach and interact with women. Confidence is key when it comes to attracting someone. It's not just about how you look or what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. When you're confident, you're more likely to take risks, be yourself, and genuinely connect with others. So, how do you exude confidence? Start by focusing on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Instead of dwelling on what you're not good at, think about what you're amazing at. Own those qualities and let them shine through. Another thing that can boost your confidence is positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters, and if you're constantly putting yourself down, it's going to be hard to feel confident. Try to reframe negative thoughts and replace them with positive affirmations. For example, instead of thinking "I'm going to mess this up," say to yourself "I'm prepared and I'm going to crush it." Remember that confidence is not about being perfect, it's about being comfortable in your own skin. When you're able to relax and be yourself, you're more likely to come across as confident and attractive. So, take a deep breath, relax those shoulders, and let your true self shine through. Active listening is another crucial element in creating sparks with someone. When you're genuinely interested in what the other person has to say, it shows. You start to build a connection, and that's where the magic happens. So, how do you practice active listening? Start by making eye contact. When you're engaged and looking at the other person, it shows that you value what they're saying. It's also important to ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking yes or no questions, ask something that encourages the other person to share more about themselves. This will not only help you get to know them better, but it will also show that you're interested in what they have to say. And don't be afraid to show your enthusiasm. When you're genuinely excited about what the other person is saying, it's infectious. Engaging in conversation is a two-way street. It's not just about talking, it's about listening and responding in a way that shows you're engaged. Try to find common ground and build on that. When you can find something you both have in common, it's a great way to create a connection and keep the conversation flowing. Don't underestimate the power of a genuine compliment. When you can find something you truly appreciate about someone and express it in a sincere way, it can go a long way. Just make sure it's not over the top or insincere. You want to come across as genuine and kind. Body language plays a huge role in creating attraction. The way you carry yourself, the way you make eye contact, and the way you use gestures can all signal interest and openness. So, what are some key gestures and postures that can help? Start with making eye contact. When you're able to maintain eye contact in a way that feels natural, it shows that you're engaged and interested. Another thing to focus on is your posture. When you're standing or sitting up straight, it shows that you're confident and open. Try to avoid crossing your arms or legs, which can give the impression that you're closed off. Instead, use open and expansive gestures to show that you're engaged and interested. Your facial expressions can also say a lot about you. A genuine smile can go a long way in creating a positive impression. When you're able to relax and be yourself, your facial expressions will be more natural and inviting. And don't underestimate the power of touch. When you're able to use touch in a way that feels natural and respectful, it can create a strong connection. Just make sure you're reading the other person's cues and respecting their boundaries. Humor is a great way to build rapport and connection with someone. When you're able to laugh and find the humor in life, it can be a huge turn-on. So, how do you incorporate humor into your interactions? Start by being yourself. When you're able to be genuine and authentic, your humor will come across as natural and endearing. Another thing to focus on is finding the humor in life. When you're able to laugh at yourself and find humor in everyday situations, it can be infectious. Try not to take yourself too seriously and be willing to make fun of yourself. Using humor to break the ice can also be a great way to create a connection. When you're able to find a light-hearted way to start a conversation, it can help put both you and the other person at ease. Just make sure you're not overdoing it. You want to come across as funny and charming, not desperate or try hard. Don't be afraid to poke fun at the situation. When you're able to laugh at the absurdity of life, it can be a great way to create a connection and build rapport. Just make sure you're not making fun of the other person. You want to come across as light-hearted and playful. Being authentic is key to creating a deep and meaningful connection with someone. When you're able to be yourself and share your genuine interests, it shows that you're confident and comfortable in your own skin. So, how do you be authentic? Start by being honest about who you are and what you're interested in. Don't try to be someone you're not or pretend to have interests you don't really have. Another thing to focus on is vulnerability. When you're able to be vulnerable and share your true thoughts and feelings, it can create a deep connection with someone. Try to be open and honest, but also respectful of the other person's boundaries. Sharing your passions and interests can also be a great way to create a connection. When you're able to talk about something you're genuinely excited about, it's infectious. Just make sure you're not coming across as overly enthusiastic or pushy. You want to come across as genuine and authentic. Don't try to be someone you're not. When you're able to be yourself and relax, you're more likely to create a genuine connection with someone. So, take a deep breath, be yourself, and let your true personality shine through. So, let's recap the 5 tips to create sparks with any girl you want: confidence, active listening, body language, humor, and authenticity. When you're able to combine these elements, you're more likely to create a strong connection with someone. It's not just about using pick-up lines or trying to manipulate someone. It's about being yourself and genuinely connecting with others. These tips aren't just about creating attraction, they're about building a meaningful connection with someone. When you're able to be yourself, listen actively, and show genuine interest in someone, it can lead to a deep and lasting connection. The key is to be consistent and genuine in your approach. When you're able to be yourself and use these tips in a way that feels natural, you'll be more likely to create sparks with someone. Lastly, remember that creating sparks is just the beginning. When you're able to create a connection with someone, it's up to you to nurture it and see where it goes. If you've had any experiences with creating sparks with someone, I'd love to hear about them. Leave a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and we'll catch you in the next video.